Good morning. I think we are on here. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Great. I think we're on. Welcome, everybody. We are, Serge is going to be on in just a few, and we've got just a good bit of housekeeping to talk about and a really special celebration. We have the first release from Javelin Recordings, Serge's record label out of the Ukraine, that we are really excited about. The first release is here. It's going out. It's shipping this week. So we wanted to talk about it and talk about some of the artists that are on Javelin Recordings, talk about the process, get a bit of an update from Serge about what's going on in the Ukraine, and really just celebrate what the release is, Muasic Over Guns, Volume 1. This is the first days of war, and it's kind of a soundtrack of some of the music Serge and his team created over the last 6-7 months. So with that, Serge, come on in. Are you there?
Hello, John. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us today.
How are you?
Well, I'm pretty fine. The only problem I have right now is my allergy. I'm suffering from it, and it started a month ago, and it will be lasting for the end of this year, unfortunately. But I'm taking my pills, so I'm a little bit sleepy.
Good. I'm glad you're well. So let's see. Two quick points. If anybody has any questions, feel free to add them in the comments. We'll get to them towards the end of the conversation.
Yeah, we can see all the comments here.
Yeah.
So hello, everybody. So
Deidre,
nice to see you.
Melody, Janet, Kathy, Joanna. Awesome. Hey, I'm sure everybody has one thing on their mind, and that is how are you, and what's going on with the war in Ukraine? Can you give us,
Yeah, well,
quick update?
to be sure, nothing has changed. They still shelling all the cities. They've been shelling through past 4 months. The situation is pretty much the same, except our militaries on the south near Kherson started to fight back territories, and they started to destroy Russian groups and troops and facilities in Crimea. And well, they have small advance, but not much, of course, because they cannot shell cities like Russian military is doing it. But that's positive. But on all other territories, it's pretty much the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's good to hear. So it's kind of stabilized a little bit.
little bit, but still, it's like shellings every day, and we have air alarm every day. So that's stability of of bad things, I'd say. Yeah.
Well, I would say just know that everybody is sending good wishes and prayers to you and your family, and the artists that you're working with. So.
Yeah, thank you.
Good. So first off, Serge, let me say congratulations on the first release. Should we take a look at it?
Of course. Well, I never saw it physically, so
Right.
I'm very excited about that.
All right. So this is one of the boxes that
Wow.
showed up this week. So handy gabbard here. And we should say that the cover too was kind of worked on as a team with some of the founding members. We looked at some roughs of it 2 months ago, and people said, yeah, we love that, or we hate that, or get rid of that, or we don't like that. So this is very much a team A&R process. So, pulling him out here. So this is, I'll hold this up.
Wow, it looks nice.
First Days of War, Music Over Guns, Born in War, Built for Peace.
Cool. Well,
Yeah.
it looks better on the real paper.
Right.
Yeah.
So, we should say that these will be going out to all the founding members this week. So expect those hopefully early next week. So what do you think? Do we like the cover?
Well, I love it. Let me made it full screen. Yeah. Well, it looks. Well, I hope it sounds as good as it looks.
It sounds amazing, Serge. You and the artist did a great job on it.
Thank you so much.
Can you talk about what the experience was like over the last?
Well, for the most recordings on this CD, we never did it specially for this CD because most of the recordings were like ordinary recordings we're doing in our studio, except the war situation. Yeah. So most of the recordings with Ocherechani Kid Band, which I'm work very, very often with, they've been made at my home studio on literally on the first days of war. Well, the song "Do Boju" to fight was the first thing I've started to do since 24th of February. So that was something special that Roman, the leader of Ocherechani Kid Band, he called me and said, well, I wrote the song, we need to do it. Well, he was in just on his way from Kharkiv, which is pretty much destroyed right now, to Vinica, his hometown, with his family. He just had a daughter just born, and he wrote this song, and that probably I've been at my apartment for 2 weeks, and I did nothing because I couldn't concentrate. I just read the news, I made some reports, but I couldn't do anything. But he made me to start to do something, and that's how it started, actually, from the Boju song, and we made, I think, 2 or 3 songs at my apartment, at my home studio, while we couldn't reach our Crystal Sound studio where I'm right now.
Right.
So,
Serge,
yeah.
How's your family?
Well, my family is safe. Well, from the first weeks of war, they are in Warsaw, in Poland. My wife had a job there. Unfortunately, their TV channel, they broke apart. They couldn't work anymore, and she is now looking for a job. But my kids entered Polish schools. They are pretty nervous about they do not know Polish and they need to study in Polish, but well, we'll see how it will be.
So they're still there.
Yeah, they're still in Warsaw. Well, I saw them 2 weeks ago. They received their documents so they could safely leave Poland and return back there. And we've been meeting in Carpathian Mountains because it's still pretty dangerous to travel over the Ukraine, and it's not safe in Kiev, so I wanted to meet them there in a relatively safe place.
Yeah, and that's in the Carpathian Mountains?
Yeah, Carpathian Mountains, yeah. That was near Lviv, so that was not far from the border with Poland.
That's great. Good. So the vision for Javelin, can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, we talked with you when we met each other for first time near Nashville about doing something like Ukrainian music published in U.S. and we have thoughts about it. But when the war has started, we started to make some music without any goal. So we just made it, and we understood that we have a lot of material, and people started to be interested in Ukrainian music because of the war, obviously. And the name Javelin came up actually from you, John, because
Well, let me
I
say,
I
you
showed
said
you.
it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
said
I
that
said it, but I
that
said it like
Ukrainians were using Javelin missiles
yeah, yeah. So
against. I don't know if
and
I.
we wrote a song about javelin missiles. Well, Ocheretyan Kid made this
Yeah.
song, and it became a pretty popular among the militaries because
Right.
they are using this thing and people are singing about it. So, uh, well, that was my explanation to you, and you said, "Why not javelin then?"
That's the title. That's the name of the
Yeah,
label, Javelin. I mean,
yeah.
it's a great. I really like it.
And I never knew what this word means actually. So later, I discovered that that means a spear actually. So,
Mhm.
well, it seems to me like a very strong word, and well, that was John's idea, but it was in
I
the
just
air, I
heard it
think.
and grabbed it. You
Yeah,
said it.
yeah, that was cool. I really like this.
I do too.
This title, this name, because well, it means something and it has some power besides the missiles.
Right.
I think, yeah,
I love it. It says a lot. And you know, from our perspective, what we come back to is Ukraine to the world. Artists from the Ukraine, getting them out and finding their audience in the world. And that's something that really has blown me away. I mean, not just the music you make, Serge, but the artists around you. It is really remarkable, passionate, heartbreaking, and beautiful at the same time. And I believe in the music you're making, and I think the audience is going to be really excited about it.
well, me too. I'm very excited about that. And what is one of the importances to me that, well, artists that I work with mostly, well, sometimes I work with some pop artists like those who are on a TV or on the radio, but mostly they are trying to copy music, make something that sounds similar to music that are produced on the West in Europe
Right.
or in US, but all the artists that are on our recording on our CD are local, and they are not very huge here in Ukraine, but they have some audiences like in Poland, in Lithuania. Well, Ocheretany Kid just had a tour there, and they have some identity that makes them recognizable, like artists that making their own sound. Well, they all been recorded in our studio, but if you will listen, they are all different.
Right. And
So
that's something we're passionate about, is getting the artists to stand on their own feet creatively.
yeah, yeah,
And not be imitative. You can have influences, but you can't live in your influences. And that, I think, is what you've done a great job on, is finding that in the artist and really encouraging them to be their own artist. Don't be the next Surge.
of
Be the
course.
next, you know,
Yeah.
Mavka. Be the first Mavka, you know.
Yeah, yeah. And well, that's why I'm very excited about this city because, well, that's only just a start. We just showed the material that we've been producing like during past 6 months. Well, seven, let's say seven. Well, there's only two songs or three songs on this city that been produced earlier, but anyway, they were produced during the war, so it fits the city very very well. And we have besides the Charitane Kid, we have Alex Lazowski, who is amazing songwriter and guitar player, and we've been producing another song for our pretty huge artist Zlata Ognjevich during the war, and we made a demo, and she just released it, the song Stork Leleka, and it's very huge and cool song. And there on this city he was singing with Mavka, Irina, the leader of the Mavka band, and he's singing his own song that's pretty much sounding like a folk song. So he just made like make it sound like a folk song, but it's a original song. And we have Mavka herself, so she's very very interesting person. She not just sing on her recordings of Mavka band, she sings with Ocheretane Kid, she sings with Alex Lazowski, she sings with Diva Choir, which is also very interesting thing they recorded. And I plan when of course all the kids are mostly abroad right now, but after the war will be finished, I plan to record more songs with them because it's really creative and interesting people.
Yeah. Love it.
And we have a completely new artist. That's the first recording ever been made by her. Actually, that was the first song that she wrote, Lena Earth. And it was like when I just returned to Ukraine in December, and she was sending me her demos and telling me, well, I wrote a song, I need to do something. I said, okay, well, let's meet in a studio, and she showed me this song. It was pretty simple and maybe naive in some ways, but I asked her, okay, do you have other songs? She said, yes, I have a few. Well, show me. And she played me, well, that first song was in Ukrainian. But she then sings me a song in English. Then I say, I'm asking her, do you have more songs? Yes. Sing me another one. She sings me a song in Japanese.
Wow.
And in German. Well, I said, how many languages do you know? Well, she says, well, 6, 7. Well, and she can. Well,
like everybody else, 7 languages.
Well, yeah, she's studying abroad, and that's like a common thing for a lot of people from Ukraine right now, and in the previous years, that they know like 3 or 4 languages is not something unusual, but not usual when they writing songs on these languages. And that was like her very very first steps, and I helped her to to make arrangements for 3 songs, and we recorded 5 demos. Now, of course, when the war has started, she had to leave back. She lives in Switzerland, but we continued to work on these songs, and that was like a very, very first experience. And I think that's also very interesting because, well, not very often the first song you ever written happened to be recorded, produced, and published on a CD.
Right.
So
Right.
that was also a cool story.
Very much so. Something else that's pretty interesting, Serge.
Well,
Can I,
of course,
can I share?
I have
can I
few
share my?
of. Yeah, of
Can I
course.
share this?
Yeah, you can share. You can share your screen. I don't know how it works, but let's try.
Let's see. Is this here? You're in the show. Well,
Does it work?
do you see that?
Yeah, I can show you it. Yeah, that's
Can
me
we-
on a tank. Yeah,
Can we talk about this for a minute here?
of course.
Because
Yeah.
we talked about it directly, but I don't think we really shared this out broadly. Let me just scroll this here. So here's Serge being
Yeah.
a badass, playing bass, and then here, this is Serge on a tank.
Yeah, that's that. Actually, that's the Russian tank.
Yeah, a
It's-
Russian tank. Can
Yeah.
you tell us what's going on here and what this experience is like?
Well, that was also very, very interesting. It happened eventually. One lady, she called me and she said, "Well, I'm looking for musicians who can play some music on the destroyed Russian technique, like tanks." Well, at first I thought, well, that's that's probably will be tough,
These
impossible.
were
And
tanks in the Ukraine that had been bombed.
yes, and these were tanks near Kiev, and in a place. Actually, it's a start of the Bucha city, which became very, very known right now, and where a lot of terrible things happened. And this technique was destroyed probably on the way from Bucha, I think so. Well, at least the directions of the of these machines showed this situation. But I asked her, well, what do you want there to be played? Like, what kind of music? She said, well, we recorded one guy on a cello. He's been playing in Mariupol Dramatic Theater. That's also a terrible place where a lot of people been buried alive during the shelling. And that was the time when Mariupol was still under control of Ukrainian militaries, and they shooted the video there. Well, I said, okay, but probably, cello player can do something without equipment, without speakers, but if you want to hear there some rock music, it's impossible. She said that she needs something with drums. I said, if you have drums, you need to have some equipment. And it was the very, very start of the time when Kiev been in some kind of relief. Actually, when we drove there, that was the first time I left Kiev during the war, so I crossed the city line. And it was almost impossible to find any equipment. So most of the companies who are giving equipment for rent, they moved it abroad or in Western Ukraine. And somehow I found guys who helped us. We took some part of equipment from the studio. And I showed her the song My Friend Javelin from Очеретяний Kid. And she said, well, that was exactly what we've been looking for, because these tanks probably been destroyed by these javelins. And well, let me show it once again. And well, that was like an event for people, local people who lived nearby Bucha, and who suffered and who were in a terrible state right there. And this event was also for the militaries. They came there, they brought their javelins, and they showed it to us and to people.
Yeah, I mean, like your heads down, day to day, boots on the ground there. And for somebody coming in from the U.S. and seeing that image, I just think that's such a powerful. And there's a bunch of other photos. Maybe we can share at some point, but I it's just a powerful image of the resilience and the power of music over politics. You know, we get so wrapped around the axle with politics and bullshit going on. It's like music just cuts through that. And I think that your picture on that tank it's just inspiring and powerful at the same time. So I know you did it and you were done with it, but I just want to hit pause for a minute and talk about that, because I think it's everything that Javelin is about.
Yeah, actually, yes. And what we heard there, like stories, well, local people who've been there for during the old period, they came there and they couldn't understand, of course, what's going on from the first time, but later they liked it. Well, children, women, they said, well, that's amazing. Well, there was not many people because it's not a very big village there. But they said, well, that's amazing that you are doing here. This place became, it been filled with some different energy, because there was a lot of crazy things going on there. And of course, the technique, destroyed technique itself, soldiers, dead soldiers. And they said that I think there were like 10 or 12 tanks on just on that site. It was like they were on the road actually, but our militaries moved down it a little bit so cars can pass by. And well, and people said, you doing an amazing thing, and we were happy about it because we were not sure, well, how to play on a tank. Well, what's going on? It's crazy.
It's like playing on a roof. How do you do that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but
during a war. I mean,
during the war, but later when we did it, we loved the idea. And guys from Ocheretyany Kit, we've been playing with Ocheretyany Kit, and I played few of my songs there, and we have a video shooting. So soon there will be few videos from there available. We will publish it. I think in a few weeks we will be starting to do that. And there's some stories we also be sharing about that. So that's, and it's like a story that we will be able to tell to people who will be after us, and they will know more about what is war and why we should avoid it in.
And beyond the obvious part of being in the war, playing on a tank, I think it also should be said that you're wearing sandals.
Yeah, well, it was too hot. Yeah, you know, I had some shoes in my car, but
I love the sandals.
Yeah, me too. I'm wearing the sandals all the time because it's comfortable and it's
little.
Yeah, but it was too hot, and well, you know, the tank is pretty hot when it's on the sun, and we had to move all our equipment by ourselves. Because, well, we had two guys, technic guys, but they were like very very busy with setting up the equipment, and we all, of course we helped them, and I was so tired that well, I thought, when if I will change my shoes, I will probably be melted down on the
Right.
tank.
No,
So
just
that
think it's
was cool,
great.
yeah.
I think it's fantastic. So, and you've got a song on the record as well.
Well,
You want to talk
actually,
about
I
that?
have two songs on the record, and two songs. Well, one of them is was written by me, which is not happen very often when I write music and lyrics. So that was a dedication to our poet Taras Shevchenko, and it's in Ukrainian. All the songs on the CD are in Ukrainian, and it was made like a cappella. So
Right.
I've been sitting here in this room composing some things with my voice, and I came up with the arrangement, and on the next day I came up with the lyrics. But the second one is the well, most of the people in US and probably in Canada know this song like "A Morning Has Broken" from Cat Stevens, but originally it's a folk song from Iceland, I believe, or Ireland. I'm not sure, and it's very very rare. And he had made his adaptation, and we made with Mykola Brovchenko, with my co-writer who writes the lyrics in English or in Ukrainian mostly, but sometimes in English too. When I started to make something in my home studio, I started to record small pieces of songs all each morning, because a lot of people wrote me, how is it going, are you still alive, is are you safe? So I couldn't answer to all the people who've been worried about me, and I decided to just do something each morning when I just waking up, to let everybody know that I'm still alive, that I'm safe, okay. And I started to record these parts of the songs. And Mykola, on I think it was like a 10th day of I'm doing it, said, well, I think this lyrics will fit your morning songs very well. And he sent me the lyrics in Ukrainian of "The Morning Has Broken." And, well, you know the original lyrics from Cat Stevens, and it's pretty similar, like with thanking the Lord or whoever, just nature, of having the morning to be thanking that we are safe.
Be
Yeah,
thankful.
gratitude about we are still alive. And actually, well, we recorded this song too on our morning greetings, and then Vlad Butenko, he made his arrangement to this song, and we decided to record it later. Well, actually, the entire song Rankova, it's like a morning song, been made in my home apartment. So we didn't do anything in the studio except for a little bit of mixing and mastering. So that was like a homemade recording from start to the end. But it sounds good. I like it. So when we been listening here in the studio, we thought, well, everything sounds good. Don't think we need to change anything.
Now, Serge, your old studio, is that y'all have left that? Is that still safe? Is it vacant? Is it?
Well, you mean well, I'm in my studio right now. If you mean Crystal Sound Studio, but my home studio, well, it's pretty
So
much.
you're back. You're back in your main studio?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been here for all summer, entire summer, but well, I still have some equipment back in home. So if something happens and we can not reach our studio, we can work there.
Yeah. I love it. So this is just landed this week. First days of war. Looks like this, and this will be going out to all the founders. You want to talk about the founding partners?
Yeah, that's let's thank everybody because well, we are
Do you have a
very
list of
very
their names?
well, we will see all the list of the names in a credit roll as always.
right.
Yeah. So here is the link where you can subscribe. We have 3 different levels of foundership, right? You call it foundership. So
Founding members, and they're kind of
Yeah.
partners.
yeah,
With
actually, these are people who actually help to build everything up from nothing, and thanks to you, we have this first CD, and founding members will receive all our products earlier because we will start shipping our CD for
So they get it first, and everybody
yeah.
else gets it next month. Is that right?
Yeah, so somebody will have this particular city that John is holding in his hands.
That's right.
I don't know who it will be, but let's see. So
I think you should go to.
you can follow the link in command and subscribe, or in the description of this video. That
And
really
the
helps.
T-shirt, the director level founders get a T-shirt. Can you,
Yeah,
do
so-
you have an image?
Yeah, we have an image of a T-shirt that will be the first one, and the first one with me. And on the next, we will have some different images. We have some good perspective in it. So all the directors level founders will have all our products for free and an extra T-shirt.
Yeah, a number of T-shirts a year. And this is the Born in War, Made for Peace T-shirt.
Yeah. And by the way, Born in War, Made for Peace, that was idea of Johnny also, and I liked it very much because it was like a very, very strong words, and I appreciate that you.
Oh, of course. Yeah, man. Well, I love what you guys are doing, and we're excited about being a partner with you. I believe in you as an artist, and now I'm falling in love with the artists in your universe, the artists you're working with that are on the record. So
Thank
great
you. And
job, sir.
that's amazing because well, all the time when I was starting this studio, I was trying to help other people, other artists who do not have opportunity to be recorded anywhere, like on a normal level, to be recorded and be seen. Because in Ukraine the industry is very, very on a low level. I mean, the industry like a big thing. Of course, we have a lot of amazing artists and a lot of very talented people, but because of a lot of reasons, we do not have such industry.
Well, hell,
no,
you're in
nobody.
a war.
Yeah, well, not just
not alone.
only during the war. Of course, we have a war going on like 8 years, but before that, it was also like very, very slow and very, very small industry.
Yeah.
But I love that we have, in result, we have explosion of these people who've been accumulating something during all this time, and that they have some opportunities to show them because, well, Mavka, she's making a lot of gigs in Germany where she is right now,
Yeah.
and people like it, people listen to it, and Ocherechany just had a tour,
Well,
so
that's the amazing thing, sir. Just like in the old days, you had to go through the legacy big major record labels. Now it's like for small teams that can zig and zag, this is there's no intermediary, right? I mean,
yeah,
we
yeah.
can we can
Yeah, I like it too because, well, to be on some major label for a Ukrainian artist is just like impossible at all.
well,
It's
you don't want to be on major. I mean, it's like
well,
you have
probably.
total control, artistic control. I mean, there's
Yeah, well,
nobody getting in your
I
chili,
mean that
right?
it's impossible for majority of artists, yeah, but for artists from Ukraine or from somewhere from here, it's like very impossible, completely impossible. But who needs a major label if you want to do your own music? Because mostly they trying to promote something that's like for a worldwide or well and that's I really happy that we started to work in 2020 2020 and how things are developing right now. I'm very excited about it. Well, of course, probably a lot of things happening right now because of the war. And probably we wanted to this war not be happening, but it is what it is. And well, I think that music is much more important than all the guns and war machines. So I'm very excited that
I am
we
too, sir.
started this.
Yeah, and that's part of our heart and our passion and how we work and think is about controlling what you can control. Like you can't control the war, you can't
Yeah.
control Putin, but you can control the music. You can create stuff and get it to your audience. And that's kind of what we've done with Javelin. It's like, look, forget the horrible situation you're in, Let's create stuff that is compelling and create experiences for our audience. That's our job.
Yeah, yeah.
That's great. So as we wind up, Serge, we
Yes, well,
also
let me share the link where people can buy the CD itself. And actually, you can order T-shirts and CD and all this stuff. Besides the becoming member of Javelin Founders, so it will be available for shipping like in 2 weeks, right? Somewhere.
yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
available globally this time next month. Right now,
Yeah.
it's just going to the founders, but it'll be available. They can pre-order now.
Yeah, yeah. You can
And
pre-order and get your CD. So
and we should say too that our director members, we need your T-shirt size.
yeah,
So
yeah. Please.
if they can send those to us, the T-shirts will be on their way.
Yeah, those who are in our Javelin Founding members group, please post your sizes, and we will do.
Otherwise, you're getting a triple XL. It'll be a boat this big, and you can sleep with.
Well, that's better if you are 3XL and you will get an extra
Right.
S. So
Yeah. So we need your T-shirt sizes, and secondly, the founders forum is this Saturday
yeah,
at
yeah.
10 Central Time, where a bunch of us will jump on a Zoom call together, have some Q&A with Serge, and really talk through what's next, where we're going, and really just kind of connect on a higher level. So that the founders forums this Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time. Great, Serge. Thanks for carving out some time. I know your days are full there, but we wanted to just kind of talk about the release and just say again, congratulations on the work well done on the record. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for jumping on, and we'll see you soon.
Okay, it seems that I have lost the connection. Okay, so I lost the connection on our stream machine, but I have connection still on my phone, and I have to end the stream. So thank you so much for joining us today. Well, still you cannot see me, but I believe you can hear me. So thank you so much. Uh, See you on this Saturday, and we will be playing a Saturday rock stream for you, and then we will have a meeting with our Javelin founding members. So thank you for so much for joining us today, and see you soon. Bye.